Is your child's brain being absolutely optimized and nourished in ways that support their brain development and heal their brain from any injury, TBI, or neurological disorders like ADD and ADHD? In today's video, I am putting on both my mom and Dr. hats to share with you what we are doing for my little toddler, Gabriel, to support his brain and nourish his neurological development. Stay tuned for this informative video. Welcome, I'm Dr. Melissa Gallagher, and first and foremost, I am Gabriel's mom. I am the mother of an almost 3-year-old toddler who is the love of our lives, the center of our world. And recently we've had a neurological situation. I won't go into full detail because we don't know a whole lot. We don't have a lot of answers, but it got me to thinking about how am I, as a mother with naturopathic training, how am I nourishing and feeding my child's brain? Am I doing everything necessary to support his brain and neurological development and function? And it also led me to think, I bet there's other parents like myself out there who want to make sure you're feeding your child the right foods to support good brain function, brain development, to curb any ADD, ADHD, OCD, neurological disorders and diseases, if you will, of the brain, and also to talk about nourishment. So I essentially want to share with you what we have been doing for our little toddler. So there's 2 categories for today's video. We're going to talk about foods that are healing, foods you want to minimize to support healthy brains in your child. And then the second thing is what I consider nourishment. It's supplementation of what you're already feeding them to support healthy brain development and support all the nutrients and nutrition and building blocks necessary for good neurological health. And this is across the board for any parent. These protocols also are impactful for adults as well, but specifically I'm going to talk to you from what we're doing for our toddler Gabriel, and it is very relevant for parents of children who might have ADD, ADHD, OCD, seizure disorders, migraines, any type of neurological grief that usually has you in an office with a neurologist and seeking pediatric help to support your child's brain focus, mental health development, as well as neurological development. So let's dig in. So the foods that are crucial for your child's brain essentially are what make up the brain matter: fat and water. So hydrating, you want to make sure your child is absolutely hydrated. You want to make sure that your child is intaking hydration appropriately and the right type, meaning coconut water, green juices, healthy filtered water, and limiting the intake of sugary enhanced hydration sources like your fruit drinks and sodas and even Gatorade. So those 3 are things that you definitely want to minimize. The second thing that you want to make sure you're enhancing is the fat intake. This is really key, especially as children are moving from pre-adolescent to adolescent phases where their brains are also undergoing some of the neurological changes hormonally. But fat, healthy fats are really crucial. Omegas are absolutely essential for the brain and supporting healthy fat intake. Fats nourish and support neurotransmitter health. There are 3 really core fat sources for feeding your child's brain: seeds, nuts, and fish. Those are 3 items and 3 different types of food sources that you can make sure on a daily basis your child is intaking. As far as seeds go, I'm a huge fan of chia seeds, flax seeds, also nuts, love walnut, cashew, and almonds. I try to avoid peanuts because a lot of kids have allergies and are very sensitive to the protein, the lectin in peanuts. Third, fish. This is sometimes really tricky with kids, and Gabriel is really picky. He's not a huge fan of a lot of fish. In our household, I'm not making a lot of animal-based proteins, so we tend to be more on the seed and nut side of omega intake by food. Other foods that are healthy for your child are greens, lots of green vegetables, as well as mineral-dense rooted vegetables. Now, this is often really challenging for parents. Sometimes as a parent, you have to be really strategic and quite inventive in terms of how to get greens and mineral dense foods into your child's diet. But ways to incorporate greens, you can add in pureed spinach, pureed kale, pureed Swiss chard, arugula, all of the good greens. You can puree that, add that to scrambled eggs. So you can make green eggs. If they're a big fan of green eggs and ham, you can make a big deal out of, we're going to eat green eggs today, and they're getting really good mineral dense greens. The other thing, we are huge fans of sweet potatoes and yams versus normal potatoes. The fish that I like to recommend, traditionally, I like individuals to be intaking good, healthy, fatty, omega-rich salmon. I don't like to use farm-raised fish. This is really key because parents, what they're not telling you when you're at your supermarket and you're buying salmon that's farm-raised, that salmon is actually fed colored pellets of GMO seed and feed that is unhealthy, and really it's not naturally occurring food for the fish. You definitely want to avoid that because there are items in the food that your food is feeding on that might actually be causing some inflammation, which is the second thing I want to talk about specific to food. Inflammatory foods are not brain supportive. They're not brain healthy. Examples of anti-inflammatory foods that you want to avoid for your child are dairy, gluten, colors or additives to the food. You also want to avoid dyes, food coloring, and then also nitrates and nitrates. So when we peel this back, a lot of the sugary products, the colored products that are attractive for kids, the primary colors, red, yellow, and blue, those colors are very harmful to the brain health. The other thing that is harmful are the sandwich meats, packaged processed bacon, packaged processed animal proteins that are made for sandwiches. Let's talk about how to specifically nourish your child's brain with nourishment, nutrients, and supplementation. First up, vitamin D3. This is a crucial item. Vitamin D3 is needed by every cell in your body, and it's really great for supporting mental health. A lot of individuals that have depression, anxiety, panic attacks, ADD, ADHD, and OCD often, when tested, have low vitamin D3 levels. Second thing are omega fatty acids. These are those healthy fats that I talked about earlier. I am a huge fan of supporting your child with good children's DHA, essential fatty acids that come from a fish-oriented source. Cod liver oil is my fish source of choice, and also am a huge fan of Nordic Naturals, as well as another brand. I'll link to all of these items down below. They are affiliate links. They support my channel, so I hope you will click on them. But more importantly, these are going to be items that are nourishing and supportive for your child's neurological growth and development. Omega fatty acids have a tremendous amount of research. So I won't bore you with the research, but just know, parents, this is a crucial item across the board. You want to have omegas, healthy DHA, and essential fatty acids in their supplement regimen you're taking every day. So with Gabriel's case, I just want to tell you the episode he had. We're not sure what it was, but it definitely the post-episode effect. After we had our ER visits, after we had our first CT scan, whatever it was, we definitely witnessed some neurological changes, healing changes, crisis changes, whatever you want to call it. Gabriel's attention has been lacking, his emotions have been really high, and he has a limited impulse control. It's getting better. We're about 12 days out from that time frame, but what I did was instantly go into mommy doctor brain nourishing mode. So I want to share with you some things that we have and are incorporating in Gabriel's daily regimen that you can too, especially if your child has ADD, ADHD, OCD, migraines, any type of the neurological symptoms of impulse control, more emotional state, depression, whatever it is. These are things that are going to be highly beneficial because as we are trying to figure out what happened, I'm not waiting for traditional medicine to do all their testing, because if you've been there and you've done it, you know it takes forever. And as a parent, you just want answers. And so as a doctor and a parent, I not only want answers, I want to solve his problem. I want to heal his brain. And I know you do too, parents out there. So let's talk about nourishment for healing your child's brain. The first thing that I've incorporated with Gabriel, it's called BioRay Kids NDF Focus. This is a super power punch of detoxing nutrients. It also has some really good healing herbs that will support brain detoxing. It has chlorella. It has also Chinese licorice. It has eleuthero that supports the stress response. It has milk thistle, which is good for liver detoxing. And it has the ability to help your brain, your child's brain, refocus, calms down whatever kind of experience they're having just in a neuro state. What I love about this is if there is, especially for Gabriel, if there's any type of environmental impact, it can naturally detox heavy metals, chemicals, pesticides, chlorine, BPA, dioxin safely. So it's got a detox component that is crucial. And as we know, and if you watch any of my videos, our fat cells hold toxic matter. And because our brains and our little children's brains are part fat and part water, we want to detox their brain. The other thing that I've added is this particular supplement. This is by Berry Treasures. This is a liquid nutrient. It's called Added Attention. It's billed as supporting child's learning and their focus. But I'm going to tell you what it is. It is full-on brain nourishment. I love this product. Even after we figure out what happened, Gabriel will be on this long-term. It is power punched with super B vitamins. B vitamins are crucial for brain neurological support and brain healing. And so if there is any type of ADD, ADHD, OCD type of effect, that is huge for really supporting the brain. Similarly, it has chromium, a super mineral that is good for balancing blood sugar and very brain supportive. It has endomembrane lipid complex. These are healthy lipids, healthy fats that are in our brain. This is beyond your traditional omegas. This is true like brain fat, healthy brain fats. It also has DHA, huge fan of that, the omega-3. It has grapeseed extract, DMAE, and GABA, pro-neurotransmitter balancers. It also has ionic trace minerals, and it has gotu kola. Gotu kola is an herb. Parents, this is an herb that literally will bring nutrients into your child's brain. It's an herb that can actually cross the blood-brain barrier. So all the nutrients in this, basically gotu kola is like the carrier. It literally goes right on into their brain and just supports and nourishes all of those fat cells in the brain. Huge, huge fan. We have Gabriel on the toddler dosing. I'm giving him this in the morning, at lunchtime, and at dinner time. And this, honestly, from the time we had the episode with him to the time I started nourishing him, literally like 2 days later, huge difference. It actually improved his sleep big time and started to kind of calm him down where he wasn't so emotional. The other component that is definitely a huge component for supporting your child's brain is supporting their gut health. We right now have this month Gabriel on the hyper probiotics. So that little chew tab Gabriel pops in his mouth. He eats them around dinner time. These are really key because there are 4 different probiotic blends. They're in the 3 billion quantity, and there's a prebiotic, which is the food for these probiotics. I love Hyperbiotics. Their Pro Kids is great. And again, this is a lactose-free, so dairy-free probiotic that we are avoiding dairy products to minimize inflammation in his brain. One of the things that just globally we're doing is we are balancing his brain by going into brain rest mode. No technology. Not that he was on technology before, but we are not implementing any technology. We're not doing any type of technology that he's exposed to, even just superficially. So the TV is not on at all during the day. Wi-Fi is powered down. We are really trying to limit his the activities that might kind of overstimulate him, and really minimize his exposure to multiple stimulus, because we We don't know what's happened, but we just want to really minimize that impact on his brain, especially when he's in this healing mode. And that is huge for parents as well. We don't even really think about just like what type of exposure they have to technology. I mean, the reality is we're all supercharged and hardwired. You know, I've got my phone on my desk. It's not uncommon for people to sleep with phones in their rooms, for children to just be completely bombarded by all of technology. And it affects their brains. There's tons of research, but we do know scans show that our brains need a rest. And so we are implementing brain rest for Gabriel. So I just want to kind of add that into this video, but I hope this was impactful. Just know that I am grateful for all of you who've watched my videos, who saw my community comment recently about Gabriel. I'm grateful for your patience with me. This is probably one of the hardest things that I've had to deal with. He is our little doll and he's our angel and we don't know what's going on. And so I'm hoping that it's not anything serious. And if it is, we will address it as a strong family and we will come together to really support him as much as we can. But I wanted to give you these items that you can implement in your child's life today that will help them with whatever neurological challenge they're dealing with, either if it's been diagnosed or if it hasn't. I know I'm seeing this in Gabriel's life, it's helping him, but I know it will help your child too. So again, I am so grateful for all of you, for your well wishes, your prayers, healing energy. Please continue to keep our little man in your thoughts. And I will continue to keep you abreast and updated with the progress if we make that with whatever's going on. And I invite you, if you are new to my channel, welcome. I hope you will join my community here. I try to be as real and as honest, straightforward, and impactful with my information, but I also am living a regular life just like all of you. And sometimes health crises happen, and the strength and fortitude to get through them, it's not only a mental thing, but it's also implementing good, healthy plans that will help support you and your child's body. So I hope you'll subscribe to my community here. Stay tuned for videos out every Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday. Stay tuned for our Thursday video, and I welcome any comments, questions down below. And again, I'll provide links to all these wonderful supplements here in the box, description box down below. They are Amazon links and they are affiliate links that do support our channel so I can bring you more awesome content. Have a great day, everybody.